The Winds of Winter is going to be a big book. The way it is going, it could be bigger than A Storm of Swords or A Dance with Dragons, the longest books in the series to date. I do usually cut, trim once I finish, but I need to finish first. I saw rough cuts of a couple more episodes of House of the Dragon and was just as pleased as I was with the earlier episodes. Ryan and Miguel and their cast and crew are doing great work. Those of you who like complex, conflicted, great characters, as I do, will like this series, I think. There will be plenty of dragons and battles to be sure, but the spine of this story is the human conflicts, the love and the hate, character drama, rather than action, adventure. Real quick, thank you to these individuals right here. They are all members of my Patreon family over on patreon.com/SirHunsReviews. And without them, these videos wouldn't really be possible. Thank you so much, and thank you to you for watching. Alright, now jumping right into it. As you can tell, that was an update, so to speak. The first update, officially, of Winds of Winter from George R. R. Martin's NotABlog post. It is, of course, a longer post, but it's got a lot of, we'll say, loose information, right? He's kind of doing like a super update of multiple different things, but I included the two most important in this video. The Winds of Winter is going to be massive. That's amazing. It's really amazing. Like, there's a lot of people who think that he's just completely given up on it. And as a matter of fact, I've read posts online where people will write a 5-paragraph essay about how they think George wouldn't even update us this year, and Winds of Winter, the earliest, wouldn't come out till 2024. It's incredible. I mean, obviously, there's no release date yet, but the fact that George is saying this book is going to be big makes me think he's nearing an end. Otherwise, how the hell will he know that it's going to be bigger than A Dance with Dragons or A Storm of Swords, which, like he said, those are the longest books in the series. Like, I think A Dance with Dragons is like 46 hours for the audiobook, and Clash is like 44, right? So, depending upon the length of this one, it could be, like you said, the largest in the series. It's just, it's amazing to hear an update on something. Like, I'm excited for House of the Dragon, but to be honest, I'm the most excited to get the end of the main series. It's the one that I think we've all been waiting on the longest. Now on to the update of House of the Dragon. That's very similar to the last update he did, which is really good to hear. It's amazing to hear that George is getting privy of these episodes before they're completely finished. Like, I've been sent leaks through the DM over on Twitter. Speaking of which, make sure you go follow me at Sir_Hunts. But they've told me, my sources have said that there's several episodes that are completely finished CGI, the ones that are needed for the trailer. The trailer's being worked on right now, and one of the biggest things that's taking so long is the scenes with the dragons, obviously, because that requires the most CGI. But in specific, the scenes with Vhagar are having to be redone several times over. Now, it's interesting that George specifically says there will be dragons in battle. The story is about the human heart and conflict in and of itself, right? It's a morally gray character. But it's interesting that he said there's lots of dragons in battles. That makes me wonder how much they're going to be showing in flashbacks to the conquering of the Stepstones. According to Daemon himself, he learned that you can use your dragons in other ways during his conquest of the Stepstones, where he named himself King of the Narrow Sea, right? He knows that people who don't have dragons are deathly afraid of them, especially if they're your enemies. So, that being said, it'll be interesting to see if some of that isn't changed for the adaptation. Or maybe we'll get more of a livelier first season, meaning they add in a few different skirmishes or mini battles with dragons that necessarily don't end in death, just to spice up the first season. Now, this seems like a good point to wrap this video up. It was just a quick, super special thank you to every single person watching this video, and a special thank you to these individuals right here.